Welcome to the Existential Man Podcast, a show that explores the unique challenges men face today. From navigating relationships to understanding the workplace, finances, mental health, and beyond, our mission is to provide an open forum to discuss these issues and to offer advice on how to better address them. We'll be featuring conversations with people from all walks of life, from experts in the fields of psychology, sociology, and other disciplines to everyday men who have faced and overcome their own struggles. We'll dive into the issues that have become part of the cultural landscape and work together to build a better version of you tomorrow. So sit back, buckle up, listen close, and let's go. What is going on, guys? This is Matt with the Existential Man Podcast, and thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of our show. Again, we have our phenomenal co-host, Kareem Banks, with us. KB, what's going on, bro?
What's happening, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for joining us yet again, and thank you guys for out there for listening. So, Kareem, what's going on, man?
Hating life as always.
Hating life? Why?
No, man. I mean, I feel good today. I mean, we worked out, so
yeah.
I mean,
it was a good day for some fitness. Some physical fitness.
Word.
Yeah. Hey, did you speaking of sports and fitness and all that kind of stuff, did you hear about the shit since we were talking about the Commanders a few weeks ago? Did you hear about the two bids that they got going on?
Yeah.
Between both of them are reaching the $6 billion asking price.
Yeah, it was. They were saying he was trying to hold out for 7.
Yeah.
For the longest.
Yeah, but I think he realized he wasn't going to get it. Crazy thing is, even after he gets the bid, he still has to submit it.
They started like 2, 3.5, 4. I mean, up to 6. I mean, so it's getting there.
Yeah,
it's getting there.
So the two groups are, it's Josh Harris and Mitchell Rales. They're kind of going in together as co-owners, and Magic Johnson is actually part of that group. So he's
a little equity group.
Yeah. So they've got that, and then the other one is some Canadian billionaire, Steve Apostolopoulos, I think is how you say it.
Canadian for the win.
Yeah, Canadians for the in Washington. But yeah, if it sells, it'll be the record at $6 billion for an NFL franchise. The previous was when the Walmart conglomerate, when the Waltons bought
Denver.
Yeah, $4.65 billion. And apparently the owner of the Rockets is also possibly interested in purchasing, but the two groups that are in there, Steve Apostolopoulos.
Who owns the Rockets?
Tillman Fertitta.
Tillman Fertitta, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so there's that one. But so Josh Harris has the most experience in the sports and entertainment world. He's part of the Harris Blitzer Sports and Entertainment Group, and they also own the 76ers and the New Jersey Devils. And then he and David Harris, just the two of them, own part of the Crystal Palace Football Club of the English Premier League. Mm-hmm. So they're in basketball, hockey, soccer, and now they're trying to get into football. So, I mean, I guess they'd be like, what, the Kraft Group?
Trying to be.
Yeah, because...
I wonder how long they've owned them. I mean, just they're going in and buying up all this stuff now because they see it as cool.
Well...
Make a buck on it or what?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's all these asset management and big investment firms. Like, I don't know what Robert Kraft did before he bought... no, not Kraft. Kroenke Sports. So Kroenkes own let me look this up. The Kroenkes own, I know they own the Denver Nuggets, but they also own an NFL football team. Kroenke Sports and Entertainment. What's that?
I thought the Nuggets were owned by the city.
Nope. They are owned. Stan Kroenke. They own the Nuggets, the Avalanche, the Rapids, and the Colorado Mammoth, but they're all in Colorado. Mm. So the only thing they don't own is an NFL football team. Wait, maybe they do. Nope, I guess they don't. Oh, they own Altitude Sports Network. Like they actually own the TV network for Altitude Sports. Yeah.
That's Colorado.
It's Rocky Mountain, Colorado, like the whole kind of mountain Midwest range or whatever. Right. But yeah, so they're one of the few that are in pretty much all of the professional sports. But yeah, so that's the Harris Rails Magic Johnson group, and then Steve Apostolopoulos. He was looking into buying the Hornets at some point. I guess they were for sale or maybe privately. But be a pretty healthy profit if he actually sells it for $6 billion, because they bought it in '99 for $800 million.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's over 600% profit right there. But apparently, Jeff Irsay, he's the owner, or Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, said that there was cause and merit to remove Dan Snyder as the owner after everything that's gone down over the last 2 years between the culture and the financial shit between him and his wife and all the shady stuff. So
I don't know. I don't think that was ever really a question. It was just, like when you get kicked out of the club, you just sell and make money.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
it's like, oh, nobody wants me here anymore. I guess I'm going to take my money and go home. Yeah. But I mean, what are you going to do?
Your team, your fan base, everybody just suffers until like you actually make the sale, though.
Yeah.
So well, like everybody's just getting drugged through this whole timeline, including them players. Yeah. I mean, they still getting a check, but it's like,
well, they got to.
Don't nobody really want to be here.
No. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's I mean, outside of the Final Four, that's pretty much what's going on.
Yeah. I mean, well, you got playoffs for NBA heating up.
Yeah.
Again, the Warriors for me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sitting in the 7th seed. They play the Pelicans tonight, which they might be, you know what I mean, in that play-in tournament.
Yeah.
You heard about it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, they might be in the play-in tournament facing them anyway, so this might be a little preview, but
yeah.
I don't know. That's just one game elimination. When you get to the 7-game series, it's like they've been crappy on the road all year, so it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just one of those years.
I don't follow basketball too much. I'm a football. I'm a football guy, and I like baseball a little bit. Mm. And crazy enough, I'll actually watch a little bit of golf on some TV.
No, I know I could play golf, but I can't watch it.
Yeah, it's slow. Yeah. It's slow. I'll give you that. But yeah, and then it's pretty much And I like a little bit of hockey, but for the most part, it's football and baseball. Probably because those are the two sports that I played the most of when I was younger. Mm. But
I don't know. I played mostly football, basketball.
Yeah.
But favorite sport, soccer.
Really?
Yeah, favorite.
Interesting. So do you watch soccer on TV at all? Like, do you try and catch any of the? No.
It's not hard to get into it. It's a dullard. It's like watching baseball and golf to me. It's mad slow.
Is it too slow?
If you're playing, like, it feels totally different.
Yeah, the pace of the game. Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like watching football. I mean, like when you're on the field and you're actually involved in it. Yeah, like the game goes super fast.
Always happening. In football and baseball.
Well,
like basketball, it's something interesting is always happening.
Yeah, that's true. I guess
even you're like watching a strikeout, probably like a good row of strikeouts, a couple Ks. Like that's interesting. You know what I mean? Like, but everything else is just flow of the game. It's just straight flow of the game.
I watch baseball for the strikeouts and the home runs.
I watch baseball for the errors and the bloopers. That's what I watch. But yeah, straight up.
Fair enough. That's and there's plenty of them.
Yeah. Shout out to the A's.
Yeah. To the A's. Yeah. Hey,
regulars.
Moneyball. Golly.
Those days were good though.
Yeah, those days were good. Yeah, man.
On to our local recent news that I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I know. I don't really either, but I kind of feel like it needs to be addressed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. the Nashville shooting. Looking at just, okay, so this 28-year-old trans female, right?
Trans male?
Male? Well, it's Audrey Hale. So she is a female.
Who was a transgender male?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I feel like we talk about transgenders too much. I don't want to feel like we're ragging on nobody.
No.
Like literally the headline.
No. Yeah. And
talking about a story.
And I think, and the only reason why it was a little bit interesting to me is, not so much because, all right. So essentially, when they searched her apartment, after everything went down, after the students from the adults and she herself were killed, they found a manifesto where she had planned all this out, but there's still no clear motive.
That don't make no sense to me.
No, I mean, it's like, okay, the only tie that they can find based on the information that we currently have available is that she went to the school when she was younger, and that she is trans. Okay, she is now a female, was a male, based on what I'm gathering. She
was a female, or was going male. I thought no.
I believe.
No, because it was they announced it was a female, but they said she went by him, her.
Oh, okay.
I mean him, he.
Him, he. Okay, so it was a so the name was Audrey.
Yeah.
All right. Audrey Hale. Yeah, and it doesn't actually say in the information. It doesn't specify. So if they were saying in the original information that it was him, he, and she was, he was, so I apologize. Him, he,
yeah.
But yeah, so
Man,
three.
That shit don't even matter, dog. That motherfucker killed
3
kids and 3 adults. Bro.
Yeah, I get that.
That motherfucker, that's what it is.
Yeah, I get that. And I don't necessarily disagree with you in this particular instance. When you commit a heinous act, I think anything and everything you asked for your own personal, mindset kind of goes out the window. But so what we know is obviously 3 students under 10 years old killed, 3 adults, plus the shooter himself. But what's interesting to me, a couple things. Number one, the shooter was under doctor's care because of emotional disorders, right? So, and obviously because of HIPAA, we won't know what the emotional disorder was. We may never know exactly what he was being treated for, but see, even here it says Audrey Elizabeth Hale. So he was trans, but he was a he, but he still went by his traditionally female name, feminine name.
I don't think there was any changes.
Okay,
just she was going by he, her.
Okay,
he, him, whatever.
So, but yeah, so Hale was under doctor's care for a mental emotional disorder, right? But that he possessed 7 firearms that they found.
Yep.
That they found out that he owned
7 guns.
7 guns.
3 of them used.
3 of them were used in the shooting. And the parents didn't even know that he owned multiple firearms. And based on what I'm gathering,
wait, they were 28 and they lived with their parents?
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering because look, Hale's own parents, here's from Reuters, okay? Hale's own parents did not know that Hale possessed multiple firearms, mistakenly believing that Hale had owned just one gun, then sold it, right? The chief added, this is the police chief, John Drake. He said that the mother and father felt Hale should not have owned any weapons due to mental health concerns. The mother, upon seeing Hale leave the house with a red bag Monday morning, had questioned what was in the bag, the chief said. So according to this, I'm gathering that at 28 years old, he was still living with mom and dad, that they did not believe, nor were they aware of the fact that Hale had multiple guns in the home.
We need better parents. I'll take that back, but I'm sorry.
Okay.
But
is the statement completely wrong?
Dog.
Okay.
It's like it's broken, bro.
It is.
People are broken. This shit is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Kids don't deserve that, yo.
No.
Whatever you went through, kids don't deserve that.
No, absolutely not. Like, and I'm 100% on par with you on that. Like the fact that this person went to a school because the loose connection is that he went there when he was younger. Mm-hmm. And it is a Christian school, so one can assume that there's certain parameters and all this kind of stuff about sexual orientation and all that kind of stuff. Whatever. All right. We won't get that far down the weeds in that, because I think that's just a very small snippet of what's really important here.
Yep.
And the fact is, in the state of Tennessee, being under doctor's care is not in and of itself cause to deny the sale of firearms. And so all the firearms were legally purchased.
You know what makes that impossible is HIPAA. I mean, but it's not in a bad way. It's just,
no.
I mean, if you go to therapy for spousal support, I mean, like you go to therapy because for marital whatever issues or something, you will just be seen as going to counseling.
Yeah.
The same way that other person would be going.
That's true.
Seen for going to counseling for mental health issues.
And
then you could be. I mean, like you could go for past family trauma or whatever.
Yeah.
Like something between you and your parents that got a divorce or whatever reason you go. I mean, like that would disqualify them too, even though they have no violent. I mean,
sure
thing. But,
and I agree with you. Yeah. And here's the thing: it's like if man, I don't know. Like, I don't believe in restricting a person's access to practice the Second Amendment unless there is a very specific reason why they should not. Like, I am pro Second Amendment.
I think healthcare laws should just change.
Well, yes.
And I don't think violent behavior should be protected.
No.
It shouldn't be protected under mental health.
No.
It shouldn't be. Violent behavior is just violent behavior.
Yeah.
Like criminals go to jail.
Yeah.
Like when people decide they do anyway.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But like if you're an aggressive person and you can't fit in normal society and you're diagnosed to be that way,
yeah,
it shouldn't fall under normal things. It shouldn't be that's a normal mental, like you would pop up as regular just being under therapy.
Yeah,
like it shouldn't be the same.
There should be. I don't know. I guess are there certain? So do you think that there should be certain conditions that are mandatory reporting for therapists? And because the way that the law reads is basically like you're not allowed
well,
to
have that.
I understand that.
Yeah, but it's like mostly with domestic shit and stuff like that.
But that's the thing is like there is a clause in the law that basically states that any person who is deemed to be a danger to themselves or somebody else needs to be reported. That's part of the whole red flag laws, right? Yep. But do you think that maybe it's a see, because I wonder how much of this might fall back on the therapist in the lack of reporting, because obviously during a session you're gonna get during these sessions when you have repeated multiple sessions, you're gonna get an idea of the type of things that this person might be dealing with, right?
I think it's insurance for that, bro.
Do you really?
I'm pretty sure there's insurance for that, and they got lawyers for that. I'm pretty sure. They've been doing this for too long. I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
It's the insurance that's not allowing the reporting?
Yeah, there's nothing but a bunch of lawyers saying that, hey, you can't sue me for this.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean, there's
no, and I'm not saying they're going to get sued, but I mean, like, it makes me wonder.
It removes the liability, though.
Yeah,
but I mean, I understand what you're saying, but yes and no. It's like, what could they really do? I mean, I don't know. I guess
it kind of makes me wonder, like, would it lead to potentially overdiagnosing? Also of these types of things, because erring on the side of caution, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, this person said maybe they want to hurt somebody, or they want to go punch somebody or whatever. Oh, that's a danger to somebody else. Now you can't go buy a firearm, right? So again, it's kind of one of those.
Plus, I don't believe most aggressive behavior is constant.
No,
I just don't. I think that shit is it's exhausting.
Yeah.
So I don't think anyone is just always that way. I believe in, like, most people just flip a switch. Like, something goes off and people change sometimes. I believe that more than there's just aggressive people in the world. I mean, I know there's people out there that just go about living a certain way because they're probably in a whatever situation or they find themselves in.
Yeah.
But no, I think most stuff is just like crimes of passion, honestly.
Do you think that the amount of, or the ease of access to weapons, or maybe the amount of available weapons for purchase, has something to do with it?
For sure. Nowadays, yeah. Nowadays, more than anything, yeah. And information, all the rest, yeah. Everything's easier because we know everything. So, yeah.
That's true. I think the advent of, well, not the advent, but like the recent, in the last 10 to 15 years, just the exponentially rapid rise of e-commerce, being able to buy shit online. And also kind of, in a sense, from a manufacturing standpoint, technological advances, being able to manufacture things at a lower cost and faster. Obviously it makes things more readily available. You can buy something online and have it shipped somewhere. Obviously guns are protected. You got to go to a specific person to receive the weapon. And
in a way.
Well, okay, if you do it legally.
Well, as of a couple months ago now. But yeah, for a time, not really.
But you talking about before the FFL thing went into play? Yeah. So
just buy it in parts and just build it when you get it together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was only for people who didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's, I think access has a lot to do with it. I was talking to my mom a few weeks ago. She's all about, nobody needs to have an AR, this, that, or the other. And I tried to explain to her, like, one of the purposes of the Second Amendment is that, it is the right of the people to maintain a well-armed militia. And the whole point of it was for you to be able to have equally powerful weapons on at least the individual person's level of the people that you're fighting against a potentially tyrannical government. You know what I mean? A federal government that essentially overreaches its power. And that was, I think, the original purpose, because obviously what they dealt with the British government, and the redcoats and everything like that, they wanted to ensure that, the people of the United States had the right to rebel against the government if the government itself tried to take whole, complete and total power.
Yeah. I don't know if a lot of people know that, like, if like there's an arms race between like just parts of America against itself, actually.
Oh, you think? Yeah.
People
oh, yeah.
Don't know that.
No.
Yeah.
No, but I think on some level there is.
No, there is. There definitely is.
Yeah.
I just don't think people understand that and understand why weapons are such a business.
Yeah.
But it's never going to stop being a business. So,
no.
You know what I mean? It's just, how do we make this work for everybody for real?
And as long as there's
smart about it. I mean, like, stop fighting over the same dumb question.
Yeah.
We shouldn't have guns. We should have guns. No. How do we make it work for everybody for real?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, stop bickering.
Yeah.
But we'll see when that happens.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, like, obviously the details are still coming out. We still don't know everything. I think the thing that throws me the most is the fact that there is no motive, but they loosely tied it to the recent legislation about the transgender care
Yep.
For minors.
Talking about last time too.
Yeah, and also the I guess restrictions on drag performances, like in certain areas, or the amount of performances.
I did hear that. They were talking about that dude from Florida with that too. Yeah.
So the state legislation or whatever that voted on that. So in Tennessee, they've essentially banned gender. What did they call it?
Affirming care.
Yeah, gender affirming care for minors, and or medical treatments for transgender children. And on that level, you know, what did you, the rescission, what was the term that you used? The rescission?
No, desistance.
Desistance rate is 82%.
Yeah.
So if 82% of children, if 82% of people that believe that they're transgendered initially recount or revert back to their original gender, why would we do gender affirming
care in children
that are not fully mentally developed yet? So that from a medical standpoint, to me, makes sense. Once you're an adult and you make those decisions, you know, you feel, you know, you've kind of grown into your body and you've matured mentally and you're capable of making those decisions for yourself without the requirement of a parent or somebody else to give you the okay to do so. By all means, you do what you feel like you need to do, and I fully support you being whoever it is that you feel you need to be.
Yeah.
But not to the kids, man.
There's a joke here somewhere, yo.
What do you mean?
There's a joke here somewhere.
Why do you say that?
I'm just saying, like, I feel like this is gonna be like the new abortion. Like, for real. There's gonna be this is gonna be the new abortion, for real.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I feel like everything ends up.
Are you talking about with the recent ban on abortions in certain states and all that kind of stuff, where it's like my body, my choice, that kind of thing?
Yeah, that's what I feel like it's gonna.
I mean,
my body, my choice. But yo, you trying to get something done as a child,
yeah,
with your parents' consent. So it's not even your choice; it's your parents' choice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird, man.
I don't know, man. I don't want to revisit the same topic we talked about last week, but it was the fact that they tied the potential motive to that because they don't have an official motive. Mm-hmm. It makes me wonder even more. Like,
I don't know
why.
As far as equality goes, they get a lot of headlines.
What? LGBTQ?
Yeah.
That's because it's the hot button topic right now.
Yes.
You know, like my uncle and his partner are gay. They've been together for almost 30 years. Like, gay is not new to me. Mm. Okay. I love them both. They've, you know, they're family. Like, right. And my uncle is my godfather. And, you know, I've never had any weird or uncomfortable or unacceptable experiences with him or his partner or any of their friends. So I'm not like anti-gay by any means. I love them dearly. But and that's why I say, like, gay is not new to me.
Yeah.
You know, lesbians are not new to me. Trans, you know, I've met people who dress in drag before, but I've not actually, I know one transgendered individual. I've
been around a lot now. I've known that. I don't know. I've known a couple gay people, known a lot of lesbians.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
But I mean, like, okay, so I guess my question is, because
I don't know. I don't know why that makes you kill 3 kids.
Well, okay,
no matter
it's
what,
an extremely fair point,
and
I would be very curious to know the answer to the same question. But I guess my point is this, and because obviously you've got experience with it as well, you've known plenty of people in your past. Like, on what level do you see discrimination?
What level do I see it?
Yeah.
Well, that depends. I've seen it in real life.
I'm not saying I haven't seen it, but I mean, like, is it as drastic and widespread as it's played out to be in the media?
When you see it, you see it, and you know it's there, and it's like, damn, if it's there, you know it's somewhere else.
I understand that.
So
but
that sucks, but it's like, it's not like a everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
That I've seen when I was around those people. You know what I mean, but
but see, like,
I've witnessed it before.
But see,
I've seen some dude get like crapped on in a Burger King while we were in Georgia somewhere.
Like literally crapped on? Or
no.
Oh.
They were throwing condiments and crap at them.
Oh.
For real. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, that's fucking okay. So I chalk that up to ignorance.
Yeah.
I chalk that up to ignorance.
Me too, but I mean,
it doesn't make it right.
Yeah.
It doesn't make it right by any means. I don't condone the behavior. I just think that they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know, they're probably some country bumpkins that ain't never left their little fucking hole in the wall town in Georgia that probably don't know nothing better. And that's how they were raised. That's how mama and daddy taught them.
Amen.
You know, and I'm not trying to judge. Like, I know people that are like that have never been outside their little small town, and that like what they know is that's all they know.
Like Augusta in like 06, something like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Augusta's not like, that's not some podunk town in Georgia, man. That's actually got a decent amount of diversity in there.
Yeah.
Especially
it was 06. It was 06. So, I mean, it's a little while ago.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, man. So, well, I don't want to dwell on that topic, but
yeah, for real.
But yeah, so you were telling me you feeling all right, man? We jumped in when we jumped in here. You were like, oh, "I'm all right. I'm alive," or something. Whatever you said.
No, I was asking you if you were okay.
Oh, me?
Yes.
I am okay now, but I'll tell you this much: I probably won't be feeling great in the morning. I'm gonna be sore as hell.
Naproxen, a Percocet, some.
I'll be taking a muscle relaxer tonight. Bet your ass. Yeah, man.
Oh, last topic.
Oh, okay.
This one, I don't know. Not last topic, but last topic on
current event kind of things.
Yeah, in the transgender area.
Oh,
but we talked about the cyclist who quit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because the transgender winning in women's cycling.
Mm-hmm.
So on
something recent happened with that?
2 days ago. Or was it? On last week Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, last week Thursday. World Athletic Commission. Sports Authority, basically. Said they're not gonna have transgender females in women's sports anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if they're gonna make their own category moving forward or what.
Interesting.
But yep.
That is interesting.
Women are strong, yo. Women are real strong. Women are strong, bro.
I mean, good for them.
Women are strong.
I hope that at some point...
I need some of them on my team.
Yeah. I hope that at some point, and I may end up catching a lot of flack for this later on down the road, but ultimately, like, I don't care.
What?
I hope that NCAA will follow suit with the Title IX bullshit. Because you talk about trans men.
Sports is getting
talking about trans men competing in women's sports. How does that class?
Well, they're out of track and field completely.
Okay, so they're not allowed to compete in track and field.
Yeah, all of that across
okay,
the board. Yeah.
Because I know, like, was it Leah Thompson, the swimmer?
I don't know the name. I don't want to lie.
Was a male.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she is now a female.
Mm-hmm.
She has started the trans process, like the actual gender transformation process.
Mm-hmm.
But she used to compete, and from what I understand, do okay. I don't think she was ever a champion or like led the team.
Yeah, never won. Yeah.
But she did okay on the college swim team as a male, and then went to the female side and just obliterated all of her teammates and the competition. And it was a big thing because she won some college sports competitions, won some medals, and, you know, that kind of stuff. And it's like, at what point do we recognize that men and women are built differently biologically?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like there are very clear and inherent and well-known biological differences in the physical build of men and women. Yeah, what's up?
Crystal. You want to smoke real quick?
So,
yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, so we're back from that smoke break.
Yeah.
That was necessary.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wives just love to interrupt things, right?
What's that?
Wives just love to interrupt things.
Yeah, well, hey, man.
They have like great timing, though. They have the best timing. They have the best timing in the world.
Lisa, love her to death. But sometimes she will call me when I'm like hands deep in a truck or in work in general. I'm like, oh, like interrupts my flow, interrupts. You know what I mean? It just, yeah. So yeah, timing, it's impeccable.
Call you about calling State Farm.
Yeah.
While you're climbing a mountain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I was saying, there are inherent and very well known and well documented biological differences between men and women.
Yep.
And so by allowing essentially biological males to compete in women's sports.
Yeah, one of the things that they had, one of the reps were saying for World Athletic Group or whatever.
Yeah.
They're saying like once you go through a male puberty,
yeah,
basically there's no turning that back with testosterone blockers or anything. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, like you're already physically different.
Bone structure is different. Muscle,
everything.
Your muscle structure and tone is generally different. Like
breathing.
Yeah.
Breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Oxygen absorption.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like test after test after test after test have been done, and it's been shown that from a physical performance standpoint,
you're different.
Men and women are just vastly different.
Yeah.
So, and that's not a knock on women at all, because they have plenty of strengths in their own right.
Yeah.
I mean, like generally more dexterous, so they're good
everything legs oriented. Yeah, they win.
Yeah,
they win
pretty much.
You know what I mean? Like if you go to competition wise, and it has to do with legs, and it's a male against a female, female's probably gonna win.
Yeah,
like that is just straight up hips down. They win. So like it's not just to say physically strength, like you're weak. Like no.
Yeah,
there's ways women are way stronger than men.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
But,
in sport, it becomes total body effort.
Yeah.
And that's when it becomes unfair.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this, I don't know.
No,
but
I'm
down with it. I'm down with it. Keep the purity in the sport.
Yeah, I agree. And if it's that, I don't know, man. Like, if
it's hard. It's hard, but
is.
Women built their own league. Build your own league.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean, like everybody else gets told the same thing. Build your own league.
Yeah,
build your own league.
How many years did women fight for the WNBA? Or
fight for it?
Yeah,
I mean, for forever.
I
mean,
how long did it take to get built? I mean, they were talking about women competing in basketball
in real life. You know what I mean, from start to finish, or like idea. I mean,
yeah.
I would say not that long.
But I mean, like they were trying to find ways to get into the sport since the early 90s, late 80s. Yeah. I think, if I remember correctly.
I mean, but they had the amateur leagues and stuff built.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, it just wasn't professional.
Yeah,
but that was more on which is always the problem, is the marketing. You know what I mean, and getting people to go, because if there's no revenue for it, then there's no
comes
business.
Down to money.
Yeah,
it's really what it comes down to.
People got to be interested.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah. So,
but they built their league, so tell them, hey, go build your league.
And they have the WFL now.
Yeah. Which I don't know. I'm with anybody. I mean, if you want to do it, yo. But
you got to make.
I'm gonna watch it for free.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the WFL has a draw for a completely different reason.
Yeah.
Than most other professional. It's like
Yo, I want to see
roller derby or whatever the hell
I want to see if they're gonna have male cheerleaders, yo. That would be hilarious, bro. That would be hilarious, bro.
You talking about in the WFL?
Yeah, that would be hilarious, yo.
That would be. I don't know if anybody would have any desire to watch them, but
no, but it would be hilarious.
It would be funny.
Day one would be the only time I cared, but
yeah. It'd be funny.
Yeah,
but yeah, talking to so. Tell you right now though, I couldn't compete in any kind of fucking sports league right now, bro. I'm so out of shape. I know I'm gonna feel that shit today.
But it's cool, man. We're gonna get there.
Technically, I am in shape. Round is in shape.
Round is a shape.
Round is a shape.
Round is a shape.
But
oblong is a shape.
Oblong is also a shape. It's funny though, because like when I was, when we were over doing the dumbbells, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, okay, like chest up ain't all that bad. It's the spare tire that goes around my midsection that I'm like, God dang, man, where the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's just bad genetics.
Bad genetics?
Yeah. You got like that Irish drinking belly.
But I don't drink.
I know, but it's ingrained, It's ingrained. You don't have to try. It just happens. Like genetics for me, like I'm just long and lanky. I get skinny fat at worst.
Yeah.
Like, but even in that,
I've seen you chunked up a little bit after all your medical shit, but yeah. But I mean, you lost it pretty quick though. I mean,
it didn't feel like it.
Well, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, like even me, like when I came off all my medications that really caused me to balloon, I lost damn near 70 pounds in about 6 months, man.
Yeah.
Just because my activity level was back up and I was not taking stuff that was causing me to just retain. Yeah, and also have no energy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like my energy levels went back up. But a lot of it for me, I know a lot of it for me comes down to primarily eating habits.
Yeah.
More so than anything.
For sure.
And this is, it's not necessarily, I'm not trying to get into like a diet conversation, but like my fitness level has drastically reduced because of a couple things, but primarily due to eating habits. I don't move as much as I used to either.
You find yourself cooking more? Because that changed for me. Like, stop eating out and just cooking more, eating raw foods and stuff like that.
We cook probably 4 to 5 days a week.
Yeah.
But the problem is what we cook. But also, like, I don't know what it is, but like probably the last like 3 months, for whatever reason, I've had like these weird cravings at night, like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, where I'm like, I got to have something to eat. And the quickest, easiest thing is like a fucking bowl of cereal or some shit. It's just like so bad for you. It's so bad for you in general, especially because like I don't usually eat cereal except for, recently. And so most of the shit that we buy is sugary, sweet cereal that the kids will eat. Yeah. Which isn't good for them either, but it's
Reese's Puff.
Yeah, but they have like they expend enough energy throughout the day.
Yeah.
And their metabolism is still so fast
they're
that
gonna burn it off.
They're gonna burn it off pretty quick.
Yep.
But then you combine the fact that I'm eating that crap and also within an hour or two of going to bed. So I'm not burning it off either. If I ate it first thing in the morning.
I don't know if I believe in all that though.
No?
The eating before you go to bed, curse, all of that. I don't believe in that too much.
No?
I think it'll affect the way you feel in the morning, but I don't think it makes you gain more or less weight. I don't think that. I've heard that a bunch of times. I just think it'll affect how you feel in the morning.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. I know what you eat at night will affect you in the morning.
Yeah.
I know
that. That I buy.
Yeah.
The other thing though, I think the flip side of that is, and the only reason why I kind of can buy the science behind it is you're taking in a number of calories that your body doesn't burn
Your body burns a lot of fat while you sleep.
It burns calories while you sleep.
Yeah.
But it will burn fat better if you're not taking in calories, especially sweet, sugary calories, which immediately converts into energy because that's essentially what it's a simple sugar. And so body being like it's different for somebody who's fat adapted, if you want to use that term from keto or paleo or caveman or whatever the fad shit is going on. But like, the calories in, calories out. So if you're taking in a bunch of calories before you go to sleep, yes, your body burns calories while you sleep, but your body doesn't burn as many calories per hour while you're sleeping as it does while you're awake, even sedentary. And they've done, I could look it up, but they've done studies on metabolic rate.
I don't know, Doc. I don't believe it. I wake up hungry as hell. That's what I know.
I'm not saying you don't wake up hungry. I'm just saying that, on some level, to me, it makes sense. And maybe that's, it could be because, it's like you tell a lie enough times and it somehow becomes a truth. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. I've heard it so often that it's like, yeah, the science is sound, man.
Hell nah, bro. That shit is bullshit. Stop letting them lie to you. Yo.
I need somebody who's like a nutritionist or something like that.
Hell no.
Somebody weigh in on this because I want to know.
Like this. I work out so I can eat what I want, man. Straight up.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
That's fair.
That's it.
I just need to get back into being healthy.
Halfway.
Feeling good.
Yeah.
That's the key. Like I don't care if I look like a fucking chiseled statue. Like that's not my goal. My goal is to feel better. Because I wake up in the morning and
no, I'm gonna go back to chiseled statue in a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's good. Like, I mean, hey, and if that's what you want, like, that's fine. If that ends up being the result of me getting back into lifting and working out and doing what I used to do, that's fine. But that's not what I'm working towards. I'm working towards feeling better, having more energy, sustained energy throughout the day. And, it's funny because I think I told you about my recent trip or my trip. We joined the Y.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the local Y it's a nice little establishment. They got a free weight room. They got a cardio room. They got obviously the pool. But hours are kind of weird. Like they're only open. They're like open from like 5 to 8 PM, 5 AM to 8 PM. Mm-hmm. So you either got to go in really early.
Yeah.
Or you may not get a workout in the day if you work during the week.
That's even weird. Like after work hours, to try and go in there.
Yeah, because by the time you get off work, you're probably gonna go home, have to change, eat dinner.
Yeah, we got a local rec that don't even close until like 9.
Yeah,
9:30.
Yeah. So the fact that the Y closes at 8, it was kind of weird for me. And then their Saturday hours are like noon to 7, and then their Sunday is like noon to 4 or 5. So like you're not getting
a
whole lot of time for somebody who works, during your normal Monday through Friday work week.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we went in there, and the first time we went as a family. Lisa took the kids, they went swimming. I went and, started, I did a nice kind of break-in session again for lifting. And I swear to God, I came home the next day with COVID, man. I felt like
straight from the Y.
Absolute dog shit, dude. Like coughing and hacking and sore throat and headache and body chills and fevers. And it's like, I was like, fuck, I'm never going back there again. Yeah. And I was like, and I took the spray bottle and everything that they tell you to do. Like I cleaned off the machines before I used them. I cleaned them off after I used them. Somebody in there was diseased as hell because I came down with something after that, and I was like, nope.
Mm-hmm.
And
I want to know, like, what what to you, I mean, for somebody who might want to understand what's feeling good, what's your healthy, you know what I mean? Since you're not going out for any type of physique or whatever. Healthy
for me. Yeah. All right. Being able to walk up more than one flight of stairs without getting one average flight of stairs without feeling
winded.
Mm. Obviously you've seen the staircase we have in the house. It's, 15, 20 stairs or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. That to me is no problem, but you give me another set like that right after it and I'm huffing and puffing. Mm-hmm. Okay. The other thing too is, when I lost a bunch of weight, I found myself sleeping better, mm-hmm. which meant that I woke up more refreshed and ready to go. I had more energy, sustained energy throughout the day. My body gets worn out pretty easily now anyways, mm-hmm. just because of the medical shit that I'm dealing with. It'll never go away. But when I was at a lower weight, it didn't affect me as drastically. Like there's a lot of days, especially during the week, like when we work, mm-hmm. Or if I'm working like a heavy labor intensive morning or whatever, mm-hmm. by like 2:00 in the afternoon, I legitimately feel like I have to take a nap. I gotcha. Like I legitimately feel like I have to take a nap or I'm going to fucking crash.
You're just a lazy bastard, man.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And it could be that some of that has caught up to me. It could be due to my age. It could be, honestly, it could be a combination of things. But the one thing I can control is
your level of fitness.
My level of fitness.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, control your output.
Right.
Try and get that, build yourself back up.
Right.
I want to get back to, I don't know. I think real running form.
Yeah.
That's what feeling good is for me.
Is it? You like to run?
Yeah. Like if I'm not running like, I don't know. If I'm not running 13-minute 2 miles, I feel weird.
I don't run. I don't like to run.
Yeah, I know. But
I can sprint. So like even when I was in my good, when I was in good shape, mm-hmm. I was never a distance kind of guy.
Like, I wasn't either.
You give me 200 meters, 400 meters, like I'm good. Mm-hmm. Like that's what I used to run in track. That's, I was a football player, so 100 yards.
I was not either. My first time running 2 miles was for the Army, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my first time was like 20-something minutes.
Yeah.
Like, for real, I was winded. I was like, well, I don't run this long.
Yeah.
Normally, I was stopping all the time. Like,
yeah.
You just get used to it, and then that became one of like the best feelings in the world.
Yeah.
We did marathons, bro. Like running was like, freedom almost.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like,
what is it they call that when you kind of, it's the runners.
What are you trying to describe?
Like the zone, where like you get in your stride, you get in your pace, and just everything else just clicks, and
You just call it in the zone.
Yeah. I never got that. Not once. Not a single time.
Every time. I black out every time. I live for that feeling. Like it's just you get there and you're just gone, and your body feels great while you're doing it, and then after you're just like warm, Like,
I've never felt that.
Yeah, no.
Maybe that's why I've never, like, even when we, like, you go and do your training or your whatever for your PT test or doing your PT test itself, at least with the old one, I never enjoyed it. I always loathed taking a PT test. Even when I knew I was in shape and I was going to pass it, I hated it.
I enjoyed working out, training for it. I enjoyed knowing, after a while, when you get good at it, you're going to do good.
Yeah.
So after a while, I was like, I enjoyed knowing I was going to do good.
Yeah.
But every morning I was nervous.
Yeah.
Every single morning. But that was like the feeling to get me going.
Yeah.
Like every time. But I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, for real.
It was funny because obviously, like I don't drink, but I smoke. That's my one vice. Mm-hmm. I had one E7 one time. I'm sitting there. I get out of my car and we're all kind of milling around the parking lot, whatever, getting ready to go. And it was PT test day, right? And I had a 1E7 and I'm sitting there.
E7 is like a project manager for you normal people.
Okay, yeah, sorry. My bad. I'm talking to a fellow Army guy, so sometimes the lingo. But so I had this basically boss kind of manager.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to take this PT test, and I get out of my car, and we're all kind of milling about, slowly making our way over to the field and all that kind of stuff, and I light up a cigarette. He was like, "Are you fucking crazy?" He looks at me, he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm smoking a cigarette, son." And he goes, "Why?" I was like, "'Cause I smoke." He's like, "You're about to take a PT test, right?" I was like, "And if I don't smoke this cigarette, I'm going to fail the PT test."
Mm-hmm.
But
was it nerves or was it just you just needed to smoke?
A
little bit of both.
Probably a little bit of both, but I think like it was during that period of time where it's like I knew that I was going to pass.
Mm.
Like I never failed. Let me rephrase. I never failed a PT test during my entire career until I was injured.
Oh, yeah. No, I smoked every day before PT. But that was like my morning ritual.
Yeah, but there was a time in my career where I can say that I was in the like peak shape.
Yeah,
and so it was during that period of time where I was just like, I got this, like no problem. Pump out, 80 push-ups, 70 push-ups, 75 push-ups, whatever it is, 75, 80 sit-ups, like, running a 13-minute mile, 13, 14-minute mile. For me, at my age at the time, was pretty high. And so, like, no problem, right? But, did I say 13-minute mile?
13-minute 2 mile.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. 13, 14-minute 2 mile.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. That's a pretty slow fucking mile. But yeah, 13, 14-minute 2 mile. Like that's pretty high for someone at my age at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, I mean, it's like for me, it was less about the nerves than it was just that's what I did.
Yeah.
I'd smoke a cigarette right before we started, and I'd smoke one right after we were done.
Yep.
That was the thing. That was what I did. And so, but it kind of looking back on it, it kind of makes me laugh because, he didn't smoke and he was like, "You're going to destroy your, that's going to kill your run time, blah, blah, blah." And
yeah, when I'm your age.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
But, no, he was younger than me.
Oh.
Yeah. I enlisted at 30, bro.
Yeah.
I enlisted old.
Yeah. Old fucker.
Yeah, they called me Gramps at Basic, man.
Damn.
Gramps or Pops. Yeah, I was the second oldest person in my entire company at Basic. And I think when I was in third group, I was like the third oldest person in my entire company, including my commander and my first sergeant.
Yeah, you were an old fuck.
I was older than my commander.
Yeah.
I was younger than my first sergeant, and I was younger than one of the other E7s in the company. But everybody else was younger than me.
Yeah, you were an old fucker.
Yeah, I was. But yeah, so I mean, like for me, getting back to just feeling good. I mean, like I'm not saying I need to go back to like peak physical fitness for me, but where I'm not feeling just dog ass tired.
Yeah.
Every day.
You got to get your physical right, get your mental right. That all falls in line, man.
And that's the other thing too, is I also know both having experienced it and also the actual like documented correlation between physical health and mental well-being. If your body is right, your mind follows.
Absolutely.
In many, many cases. And so, getting myself back to, better physical shape where I am feeling good physically and I'm sleeping better, that all leads to reduced stress, reduced anxiety, the normal bullshit that goes on in my brain on a daily basis and the shit that I worry about. A lot of that stuff will become less of a concern just because
I think it's just if you get yourself into a more healthy routine.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to get your mind feeling better by getting your body in a better physical routine, you know what I mean? Like making yourself feel better that way than it is to try and make a decision with your mind before you do anything with your body. You know what I mean? Like it's way harder to just think yourself better.
Well,
you know what I mean, like you usually feel better after you make yourself feel better.
Well, and it's funny because even today, like I was exhausted, from
the workout.
Yeah, from the workout. You saw, and like there's a point while we were going that it had been so long since I had taxed my muscles to that point, like the swell and the pump in my arms was to the point where I couldn't move my arms very well, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna feel this later. But by the time we got to the parking lot after we left the gym and I got into my truck, like I actually felt better.
Yeah.
Like just getting to the gym,
get that pump, man.
And getting a 35, 40-minute workout in, I felt better about myself and I felt more accomplished for the day.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, I feel like even just that little bit of time getting the blood flow going from the workout was enough to boost my energy for the rest of the day.
Absolutely.
And so
my workout, if I don't get in a workout, I feel like shit.
Yeah.
I feel like shit. Like I will feel like crap all day. My stomach will hurt, my lower back will hurt just because I didn't work out.
Yeah.
Like I don't get lower back pain. I'll get like the stiffness and I'll feel like like I know I'd worked out.
Yeah.
I'll get the swell.
Yeah.
But there's no soreness or anything involved. But if I don't work out, sore as hell.
Yeah.
Like my body be yelling at me.
And see, that's the crazy part is like when you don't work out, your body is sore.
Yeah, you hurt.
And then when you start to work out,
all that muscle breaking down.
Yeah, your body is also sore. But then once you get into a rhythm and become doing it consistently, your body gets used to the essential trauma that you're putting it through every time you do a workout.
Yeah, you work out, you're tearing down, but you're building.
Yes,
you don't work out, you're just tearing down.
But also like all the things that have muscle building properties that help rebuild the cells in your body, when you're not using them by not working out, they become, in a sense, dormant. So your body doesn't need as much of it, so it's not producing as much of it. So all the cells that do get damaged or
calcified,
it's like your body's not replenishing those cells as frequently as it should because the cell rebuilding processes in your body slow down because you're not using them like you should. Yeah, exactly. So I understand all the science behind it. It's just, life gets in the way.
Hell yeah.
And so, but yeah, no, today felt great, man. And obviously we talked last time, like my goal is to get in significantly better shape over the next 90 days. Whether or not that's going to happen is solely dependent upon me and my level of commitment to it.
I'm going to try and keep you honest though.
Well, sometimes we need that.
Yep.
I'm just like, it's kind of like if you try to quit smoking or like if there's a different goal that you want to accomplish, like you got to put it out there to the world sometimes so that you have somebody to hold you accountable.
About to start using you for that too, because I'm about to stop.
Yeah, smoking?
I think so.
Okay.
Me and Crystal both.
Good deal.
Yeah.
I know we were talking about that the other night. I don't know, man.
Another we got to talk about addiction too. That's the topic.
Oh.
I don't want to say it's an addiction, but it's like one of them things you just like. It's hard to just let go.
It is.
Like I've been doing this for so long, and now it's like I know why I want to stop. It's just like damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do I get out of the habit of going to the smoke break?
Right.
Going to the smoke pit. Like what do I fill that with?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's not just going to be, hey, continue doing blah, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I even do this at home. Like, you know what I mean? Like we have that after dinner smoke together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On the porch and just chilling and watch people or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of stuff. You gotta
fill it with something else.
Yeah.
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 And a lot of people.
Because that should be an event sometimes, you know what I mean? Like going outside to just smoke and sit on your porch and watching people, like, you know what I mean? Like that's for real. That's like, that'd be a time.
Yeah.
Sometimes. That's like part of my day.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
forward to that.
And a lot of people feel like a lot of people will end up, when they quit smoking because of the hand-mouth fixation, they end up filling it with food.
Yeah.
So as long as you don't do that.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I already do that. Yeah, no. But it's planned, you know what I mean? Well planned. Well planned.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, that's what I'm working towards. And so, you know, I appreciate the kind of the swift kick in the ass yesterday when I left my shit at home to go to the gym, because it made me bring it today, and we brought it today and got my ass kicked in the gym today, but
same thing tomorrow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to feeling better and getting back into doing something that I know is good for me, and you know, working towards a goal with that. So,
absolutely.
So
that is the goal for everybody. It should be. You know what I mean?
It should.
I mean, we have these stupid sayings in the Army. I mean, like stupid traditions, whatever. Make it better than you found it. You know what I mean? Like, I really believe in that.
Yeah.
And yourself, with every room you walk into, everything. Like everything you wake up and affect every day. Yeah. Yeah, you should try and leave it better than you found it.
Better than you found it. Yep. Yep. So, right on, man. Yeah.
So we got to call us tonight.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
So, final thoughts, closing thoughts. What you got?
I don't know, but I actually had one. I got to write it down. I lost it. I'm going to have the same final thought. Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about it since you asked me last time. Yeah.
Okay.
So I owe you. I owe you.
You owe me a final thought?
I owe you.
You'll get two next episode. How about that?
Well, no, it's going to be the same final thought every time. So
is it?
I'll give you the same one twice.
Okay. All right.
What's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts. Okay.
My final thoughts is don't kill kids. Anybody. Like,
yeah.
And if my final thought is, if that ever happens for me, like if I ever get that call, like it doesn't stop with that person.
No.
Yeah, that's my final thought.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry to get dark.
Nah, I mean, I understand the sentiment for sure. Like, somebody beyond that individual needs to be held accountable somehow. Mm-hmm. The question is who, right? But moving on from that, I'm not trying to take anything away from it, because I mean, if that's how you feel, like you have every right to feel that way. Yeah. But my final thought, like more on the whole, just fitness and all that kind of stuff. It's like, you know, I'm proud of myself for setting this goal and making at least the initial steps to it. Mm-hmm. But I recognize that the final outcome is solely based upon my commitment and repetition of this action on a consistent basis. Right. Yeah. So
you are what you do.
Right. So I guess my final thought and my advice is, hey, you know, guys, gals, if you're setting a goal for yourself, break it down into smaller chunks. What is your daily task to accomplish your end goal, right? Just make it simple. Make it simple on yourself. You know, we had the episode a couple weeks ago about the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. Like, find a way for your 20% effort and how to duplicate that 20% effort to maximize that 80% returns. So, I don't know. But yeah, Kareem, thanks again for joining me, bro. It's always a pleasure having you on here. Like,
appreciate you having me.
One of these days, we're gonna have to talk about whether this is gonna be a long-term or short-term thing, because I know you initially told me it ain't forever, but I think it works and it flows. So, you guys that are listening, post a comment. What do you think about Kareem staying on permanently as my permanent co-host with the Existential Man and just making this a 2-person thing? And yeah, one of these days we're gonna have to make him actually.
This was like a emotional arm twist right there. That's exactly what that was. That's exactly what that was. Live on air. You know,
live on air. Audience. Yeah, man. But hey, man, if they like it, they like it. Word. You know, you got to do what people listen to. But no, but yeah, guys. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Had a good time as always, and we will catch you guys on the next episode. So until next time, take care.
Okay, bye.
Thank you for listening to the Existential Man podcast. We hope you enjoyed our topics today and you gained something from the episode. If you like what you've heard, we hope that you'll consider subscribing to our podcast on Apple Podcast, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you consume your podcast content. You can also subscribe to our website at existentialman.com and follow us on social media for more content. Your support and feedback are essential to making this podcast successful. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for future episodes, please let us know. Thank you for being part of the Existential Man podcast community. And until next time, stay hungry, keep working, and take care.